Hey, welcome to Thirsty Amigos. Thanks for joining me on this episode. On this episode, it's going to be kind of a short one. I'm just going to go over my tequila journey real quick, what started me on tequila, and then how I went to the next level of really good tequila that I still drink today and still my top 5 tequilas that I drink. So what I started with was COYOTE Tequila. And it was mixed into margaritas at a Mexican restaurant that I used to go to with some really good friends of mine, Paul and Riley. And we used to go down there with my roommates and my cousin, Neil and Gianna. You guys know who you are. You guys, we did many a nights, many a margaritas at that place, and I got introduced to tequila through that. And this tequila, the COYOTE Tequila, it's a mixto. You could call it a flavored tequila. It says imported tequila with natural wild herb flavors. So it was a flavored tequila. It's 35% alcohol at the time, and this was the very early 90s. So didn't know much about flavored tequila or tequila in general. I just knew this made a really good, tasty margarita. That's all I knew at the time. So I would mix that with margaritas, had a lot of it, and then you start to deconstruct the margarita. You start to look at the components of it. What kind of tequila is it? Let's just taste the tequila by itself, and that's what I did. And I liked it. It was good at the time. This is good stuff. And then over time it disappeared throughout the 90s. And then it came back as a mixto tequila blanco, actually. And I'll show this too, and it's not the same at all, so it's really bad. So let me revisit this. I haven't done this in a long time, but let me get set up real quick, and let's taste this COYOTE. Let's open this, I don't know if I call it treasure bottle. Like I said on my last show that I did for the treasure bottles, this is a treasure bottle to me because it's special. It started my journey, so I'm going to taste it. And then let's try this mixto. I haven't tried this in a long time, and it was really bad. I've shared it with a lot of my friends that love tequila. I have 2 good friends, Beth and Dave, who really love COYOTE Tequila. And when I found out they love tequila, or COYOTE Tequila, we instantly drank a lot of it. We were going into mom and pop shops. That's where I found a lot of these, and we would drink it up everywhere we went. So I think we cleaned out the Denver area of COYOTE. I think these are some of the last bottles. I know Beth, our good friend Beth, has Stassia, some of the bigger bottles left over. This is empty on this COYOTE display stand. I wish it was full, but it's not, but it still looks cool. So let me get reset real quick, and let's revisit these tequilas real quick that started my journey. All right, salud. All right, thanks for coming back. Let's open this COYOTE Tequila. This is, like I said, this came out in the 90s. I don't think there's a lot number on this, or a year or anything. Ooh, you can already smell the wild herbs and spices. Oh yeah, brings back a lot of memories right here. So let's taste a little bit of this. Maybe a little bit more. And again, this is a flavored tequila. Yeah, it smells like some chemical going on. It smells like almost like a reposado, like they were trying to get the reposado look. I'm sure it has caramel coloring in it. It smells very chemically now that I smell it. There's a almost a cleaning fluid type of aroma on this. All right, let's get in here. Salute. Yeah. Oh, heavily manipulated. Lots of. All right. Like vanilla. A lot of vanilla. Some. What would you call it? Some earthy tones to it too, but savory spice. There's a savory spice undertone in there. With that 35%, it's not strong at all. But yeah, I can So shooting it, there's not much to it. If it tastes better than it smells, if that makes sense. It definitely doesn't have a off-putting flavor, but it's heavily manipulated. You can tell that they put a lot of chemicals in it or additives, the buzzword now. A lot of additives in it to get to achieve what they needed. But it's not bad. It's not a bad thing, but know that it is, if you find it and you're drinking it, it is a mixto, not 100% agave tequila, and I'm sure it has, I'm 100% sure it has additives in it to achieve its flavor profile. But not the worst thing I've had to drink. Okay, so let's move on from what I started with to what I found trying to replace it. This bottle right here is from, of all places, Australia. So I was trying to locate more stock so I could have some and on hand. And this was all I could find online. And of all places, it was in Australia. And we happened to have some co-workers going to Australia at the time, and they picked me up a bottle and brought it back. And I've been sharing it with a lot of the friends, Beth and Dave, who really love COYOTE Tequila also. We were sharing it with them, and we've all, it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Obviously, it's a different color. It's now a Blanco. It actually says Blanco on here. It is also 38% alcohol, and it actually has a NOM number now, so it's from NOM 1429. When you compare it to the bigger bottle, this one, I could never find a NOM number on this one, unless it's like super small print somewhere. So, but I'll look it over. But so now it's a Blanco. There's no, it just says it's from Mexico. It just says imported product of Mexico, experience beyond ordinary tequila. So let's see if it's beyond ordinary tequila. I don't want to get too much here. So it's interesting they call it a Blanco now. So now it's not even the same. It doesn't have the same tagline or anything. Whoops. Okay, let's do this. Salud. Yeah, heavily. A lot of chemicals. That's just getting like an alcohol. Now there's a sweetness from the NOM. Maybe it could be the agave, but there's a lot of chemicals hiding it. It's like a so there's no descriptors really to say. So at this point, you're just looking what kind of additive chemicals am I getting now? And it's just yeah, it's just real chemically. All right, let's try it. Salud. Yeah. Okay. It has more of a burn than this one did. This one didn't have a burn at all. This one you can actually feel the burn on your tongue a little bit. It goes away quick. It's not a heavy burn because it is only 38%. It's a quick finish. It does coat your tongue, so there's probably some glycerin in there for the mouthfeel. I don't get agave on the flavor at all. It's heavily manipulated as well. It is not, yeah. That I don't even think I would, yeah. Well, obviously, I wouldn't even mix that into a margarita or a cocktail, even a simple like a lemon lime soda with lime, and yeah, I wouldn't even mix that with that. That's not good. So this is nice to have around to see what I was liking into what it turned into, and it's not the same as it used to be. But by the time I found this one, I had already started my journey onto better tequilas. So as you go on, you start seeking out better tequilas. Like, hey, what else is out there? I had a lot of friends who were into tequila or into margaritas too, that we'd always hanging out. And I had one friend in particular, Alex, who was he was drinking tequila straight and sipping it, and he was one of the first people I ever saw do that, and it blew my mind. And So for me, when he did that, I was like, wow, let's do. I can't remember the tequila that we tried at the time when he showed me how to do that, and but from that experience going to Mexico, my wife and I, we'd always go down to Mexico a lot. I found a couple brands I'm still in love with today. El Tesoro, of course. This is actually one of the first bottles. The cork broke off a long time ago, and this is what's left. It's an old, the white label. So this is lot 1009. So for you white label nerds out there like I am, this is an early Reposado for the second gin bottle right here. And then 1921 was another tequila that I fell in love with down in Mexico. It was a Mexico only bottle. So this is a Mexico bottle that I found down there, brought back, loved it, drank a lot of it. I have another bottle, my original 1921 bottle from Mexico that I drank in it. It was a Blanco, and I absolutely fell in love with it too. This Blanco from NOM 1079 is delicious. It's one of the best Blancos you'll ever have. So you start going down your journey. These are the next step that I took from going from a mixto flavored tequila. I mean, it gets even worse. To 100% agave tequila made in the style the old-fashioned way. You know, they're using a Tahona crush for El Tesoro at La Latena, and you can really taste the difference. The flavor is absolutely insane. And then here are some of the newer editions of El Tesoro. Here's what they call the olive oil bottle. It looks, I know Lippy and Gabe on their show was going over what the olive oil bottle looks like, a fancy olive oil bottle. And then this is the newer expression here, a little bit fancier looking bottle. I think it looks a lot better. Cool label, and it has a faux Tahona stone on the top that they use to crush the cooked agaves with. So these are the expressions. Here's the old, not so old, and then the new expression right here. So let's try a little bit of this El Tesoro Reposado from the olive oil bottles. And for everyone out there, this is lot 1041 from 2000. This is from 2008. That's what this bottle is. So it's been sitting around for a little while. Yeah, on this, that flavor profile brings me back. This is so delicious. You can't go wrong with the Reposado. The Blanco is my favorite. Reposado is really good, and then their añejos, mind-blowing, especially the older ones. A lot of earth and dirt and like a must. It's some people coin it the wet cement aroma on here, and yeah, it's a little sweetness, a little not vanilla, but like a sweet type of syrup is what I'm smelling. And these have no additives in these El Tesoro ones. You won't find that in this product, so it's all natural. So let's try this Salud. Oh yeah, a lot more flavor. And this is 40%, so it's a couple percentage more than that one. This is standard for tequila in America. Is 40% alcohol, 80 proof. And this is really good. I haven't had the olive oil bottle in a long time, and I can see why a lot of people are now going to it. Before it was all about the white label, and then when those disappeared, like I was saying in the last video, then you go to these olive oil bottles right here, and then you're gonna go to the new ones, which still taste amazing. This extra añejo is delicious. It is one of the best extra añejos out there, and it has a light touch to it, so it's not heavily oaked either. You still get a lot of good agave, which is what this one has. It has a lot of agave, a lot of sweetness of vanilla from the barrel. He uses whiskey barrels, Carlos Camarena, and or bourbon barrels, and these are really light touch on them, but they're so full flavor. They're so good. So yeah, I highly recommend El Tesoro. That was my next step. There's a lot of other labels out there we've covered too, some we haven't had yet, that are delicious too. But for me, my journey went from COYOTE a flavored mixto tequila that I loved in cocktails, deconstructed it, and then started seeking out what the better tequilas were and started my journey with that. And that's what got me started on the road to seeking out better tequilas. So let me know in the comments below what you started your journey with, which tequilas you started with, good or bad. Because there could be some people who are new to tequila recently that have started with good stuff. So if that's what you started with, let me know what you started with. And if it was really bad, let me know too. Let's see how bad it can get. I don't know if it can get much worse than that. And let's see what you ended up on now. What's your favorite tequilas now that you graduated from that? What was your next step, if you remember, in your journey? From the bad stuff, what was your next step to the good stuff? And what are you currently drinking too? So put that down there. What did you start with, good or bad? What did you go to next from that step? And what are you currently drinking that you highly recommend? So let's get some conversations going down in the comments below and help some people seek out some stuff that they might like too. So someone who might find this video and starting their journey out, this will kind of be a reference that they can go to say, hey, that person said this bottle was good and they're drinking it now. So let's try to get that going. So thanks for joining me. That's all I have for now. I think that's it. Yeah. Thanks. Salud.